streamers, then there are people who are YouTubers, and even competitors. Like, that's definitely a passion. And there are several different definitions of passion that we could go off of. And and we're going to go off an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. So the basic question is, how do I get started? And there are many different ways to do it, but the one that I did is learn your craft and master it, and then expand when you feel ready. So you have to understand that each field, whether it be competing, casting, making content, you have to realize that you need to understand the basics. And I think the biggest learning curve as far as YouTube goes is editing, because a lot of people don't understand the basics of editing, because an old saying says audio is 51% of your final product. A lot of people like to overlook the audio portion, focus on making flashy visuals or something that looks cool, but there's so much more to it. And as far as one of the most important things in just every field imaginable is networking. You have to realize that you need to be able to talk to other people. You have to not deify people who are bigger than you. We're all just people. And then criticism is another big part that really makes or breaks content creators, streamers, etc. Because the positive and negative are the two types of criticism, and that's how people see it. They think it's a black and white, this was good, this is bad. But criticism that says this is bad really sticks to people for some reason, and I don't understand it, because if someone says this is good, it's just as constructive as someone saying this is bad. There's nothing to go off of. Knowing that this is good and this is bad does not help you as a creator grow. But if someone does offer specific criticism, regardless if it's negative or positive, it should benefit you in some way. You just need to learn how to separate things. And there are many ways to get started, as I mentioned. And if you guys can see right here, this is the wrong way to go about it, which this happens a lot. So how do I get started? As I said earlier, you have to understand YouTubers, streamers, etc. People who have a bigger following than you should not deify them. They aren't gods nor goddesses, and you just have to be confident, present yourselves in a confident manner. We are people, you are people, I am people. And if you want to collaborate with someone, a lot of people who try to reach out to me and say, I want to do this with you, they don't bring an idea. When you say, what would you like to do together? The answer is usually, I don't know. What do you think? If you want to collaborate with someone, which goes back to the networking thing, you have to bring something to the table. It's like you're making a business offer, because when it boils down to it, that's what it really is. You're trying to appeal, you're trying to advertise yourself on another person's channel. And obviously there's exceptions. Some people just want to make videos with their friends, but that's kind of exempt from networking. That's more being friends with people already. But if you come to someone who is bigger or smaller or the same size as you, having an idea at hand is usually very useful. And how did Alpharad get started? Short answer, being a one-trick pony. I pretty much picked up on that no one was really making montages in a comedic fashion very early on, and that's what I did. That was my market. And then since then, a lot of other people have tried to do similar things, and the thing is, this is how you do it. You have to find your niche, because anyone who's got big from any scene had a niche that was untapped. Because from me, I had my comedic montages from Ouija the God, who's in the front row now raising his hand. He had commentary videos that were unrivaled at the time, and Relax-A-Lax had a niche that no one else got even close to touching, educational yet comedic videos. But being a one-trick pony is how you grow your craft. This is where you make your channel. And of course you branch out later, but the thing is, this is what you do. This is what everyone does. You find something that you can master, and you just become a one-trick pony. Like, that's what you do, and then you branch out. Because being a variety streamer, YouTuber, it's very difficult. You can't build this audience in one field and then suddenly say, I'm going to start doing this and expect the same amount of views. If you are a Smash YouTuber and you make non-Smash videos, those are destined to get fewer views. Not because the content isn't as good, but just because that's how it should be. So, do not be discouraged. it takes time. It's not a quick transition. I remember just making Smash videos, and then Splatoon came out, and my Smash videos were getting 150,000, 200,000 views, and my Splatoon video got maybe 20,000. Like it's a lot, but it's not the same as what I'm saying. So, as Egoraptor once said, or I think this is paraphrased, but get 100,000 subscribers and then do whatever you want, which I think that's the best way to go about it. If you want to be a variety YouTuber, the transition takes time. You can't just suddenly switch. But people try to find an answer on their own. People think a sub count is proportional to view count, and that's not true. The sub count only shows like what an estimated amount of people who do like your content. And what that serves is for YouTube, for sponsors, for brands, and for other people to see where your channel is compared to other channels. But for you and your view counts, it's up in the air. I mean, subscribing on YouTube is completely different now. You have to click a bell to get notifications. It's crazy. Things change. But people like to find an answer in themselves. They say, no one is watching my Minecraft videos when I started in Overwatch, and I cannot understand why. So I'm going to make a Minecraft channel. Do not divide your channels. That harms you. It harms the other channel. Because let's say you have 30,000 subscribers. Let's go a nice number. Let's say 100,000 subscribers, and 90,000 of them are there for Overwatch, and the other 10,000 will watch whatever you do. So when you make a new channel for, let's say, this Minecraft game, you now have, you would think 10,000 plus people will go to the Minecraft channel, which usually what happens is about 5,000 of those people will see it, and about 2,500 people will subscribe to it. So you have just alienated the small percentage of your base, but again, these are made up numbers. So where this adds on is that you're splitting your demographic and stunting both channels simultaneously. So the real answer is to just grow, become a variety channel. If you want to do that, if you're comfortable in one field, you can ride that forever. And now we're going to go on to basic equipment. I had a more detailed panel last year about equipment, but the basic things are a capture card if you play on console, obviously, and a recording software to capture the capture card, or if you are using something like just computer, just PC gaming for Overwatch, etc., you need to get some kind of recording software. And like, if you need examples, OBS, XSplit, Bandicam, unregistered HyperCam 2, anything like that, anything works. And then let's talk about microphones. You have USB microphones, and XLR mics are objectively better. But there's no shame in starting out with a USB microphone. It's where a lot of people start. It's hard to put money in something that you don't think or you don't know for sure will succeed. So starting out with cheap equipment, there's nothing wrong with it. I absolutely did. And then as everything grew, I decided to get better equipment because that's just how things work. And then you can get a webcam or camera, but that's optional. I'm not too huge on showing my face in videos. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but some people exclusively use face cam. So it just kind of depends if you want one or not. But then there's quality artwork. A lot of people who use Photoshop, Microsoft Paint, GIMP, some Flash site that allows you to make pictures online, they think that that's good enough. Well, you can learn, if you're confident you can learn over time, graphic design and things of the such, sure, go ahead. That's what I did. But then when I got bigger, I realized there were so many things I don't know and so many people that know better than me, so I needed to find an artist. And there's this classic debate. Everyone says, should I pay an artist and stuff like that? You should. You absolutely should. But there's another question to that. Exposure is not a valid payment. That's a small thing, but after you do that, after you get enough subscribers and everything like that, pay your artists, etc., what do you do next? So, let's say you reach 100,000 subscribers, or anything. Let's say your channel is big enough to where you think you can start to branch out. What do I do now? Do I upload more? And then there's a huge debate since all of YouTube. The algorithm on YouTube, the algorithm is what decides to feature videos over this video. Why should I promote this channel over this channel? There's a lot of variables that would require a panel of its own to explain all of this, but the short answer is quantity is better than quality in terms of YouTube. But if you want a successful channel, I don't think you should primarily focus on quantity. I think they are both equal. I think you need to find a balance of what you can produce in an X amount of time to produce Y amount of videos, because these two really do go hand in hand. You need to find a balance. You need to find an editing form that's comfortable for you, but one that also allows you to grow your channel. And again, this isn't for anyone starting out. This is for channels who are already established and need to find how to get over that next step. So if you have an established channel, this is what you do next. And then let's say your channel is even more established. You can get an editor. You can start a second channel to upload things on. Like we just uploaded a new Replay Hut channel. If anybody wants to check that out, we now feature Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Rivals of Ether, Rivals of Ether, Overwatch, and a new series called Anything Goes, where people can submit anything they want. And then you can get an office with your friends without benefits, and you can get a panel at the incredible Super Smash Con and talk about all of your experiences. So my panel was pretty brief. I just wanted to go over any of this, and after this panel, if you guys have any questions or need me to explain anything more in depth, I will be at the Geico Gaming booth after this doing signings and taking pictures, answering questions, whatever you guys like. So in the meantime, the rest of this panel is going to be a Q&A. I'm going to have one of my editors, Deezus, come up. Let's give him a round of applause. And we're just going to answer some Q&As. And since I kind of want this to remain an informative panel, I would like it if you guys could keep the questions to somewhat serious, because there are a lot of people here who genuinely do want advice and need help with things. So if you want to ask any questions that are jokes, I'd rather you do that to me in person, because a lot of things that people like to scream at panels are not nearly as funny as you think they might be, but it will be appreciated on one-on-one. So if you have any questions, raise your hands, and I'd be happy to answer if we have a microphone to go in the crowd. I'm unaware of that, but yeah. All right, we do. Okay, so if anyone has a question, please raise your hand. Nobody has a question. All right.
Hello.
Do I see a hand?
Bueller.
Oh, I see oh, here we go. The kid in the front row. How are you doing? He said good. Where's this camera? I'm trying to... Okay, it's right there. Got it.
What is a good editing software?
Editing software.
What is a good editing software? Short answer, not Sony Vegas. A lot of people think Sony Vegas, it's better than Windows Movie Maker. It's better than iMovie. But what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's not a good software. I can go in, there's a lot of technicalities on why it's bad, but it's bad. Try something like, if you have a Windows, I always recommend Adobe Premiere. And if you have Mac, I always suggest Final Cut 10. So there you go. Any other questions? All right, let's hear from Link. If you ever want to say anything,
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. I was wondering, what's the best way to learn editing?
What's the best way to learn editing? Well, I've honestly been editing in several different softwares my whole life. I started in Windows Movie Maker making Super Mario 64 videos with unregistered hypercam to Scott Manjohn's songs. And then I went to Pinnacle, then I went to Premiere, then I went to Final Cut 7 to Final Cut 10, back to Premiere, back to Final Cut 10. But Dylan's recently picked up editing within like the past 8 months, so I think your answer is probably better.
Well, I would say definitely that Google is your friend. I mean, we live in the age of untapped information to where you can go out and get whatever you want to know very easily. And I had a YouTube channel of my own, like way back in the day, and then Jacob asked me to come and help with serious editing work. So that was definitely a huge step up from what I was used to. So I used my resources, which were his knowledge base, and then for any questions that I felt were too basic or that were too niche, I just asked Google. So that's basically my what I would say. If you don't have somebody that knows more than you, then I would say that there's an infinite amount of YouTube videos that will teach you all you need to know about every editing trick that you could ever want to know.
Also, there's a website called, you might have to search around, it's 5 letters long. It's either Linda, I think it's, or Lydia, Lydia. It's where I learned a lot of editing tips from that. If you're familiar with Premiere and want to switch to Final Cut, it has niche tutorials that cover that switch. If you are switching from Windows Movie Maker to Vegas, etc., they have very specific tutorials that are very helpful. And again, I think that's lydia.com or org or something. I don't know. But thank you. Any other questions?
They have some.
Let's go to this side. This man right here. I should have kept him close. Now he's walking all the way over.
When you first start out on YouTube, it's a very solo job, right? For a people-oriented person, how do you supplement not having coworkers?
How do you... The question was pretty much YouTube is a solo job. How do you function? It's a solo job.
Without too much human interaction.
I think starting out is pretty simple because it's not like when you apply for a job at YouTube, there's this rigorous application process. You just press the upload button and sometimes it works out. YouTube starting out on YouTube is, I like to say 90% luck. Sustaining YouTube is 100% skill. So the thing about that is the thing about working alone is that you don't really realize that you are. After you get a following, you don't even realize you're just uploading these videos, reading comments. You don't even realize that I could be doing more, I could be doing less. You just kind of see it. I think starting out, I didn't even realize I was working just by myself because I had all the support from strangers on the internet and things like that. But if you just I think it's fine. There are people who like to start out with a friend, and I think commentating with a friend is the best way to get into YouTube. Because I think for me, it was very difficult to start talking into a microphone and being myself. And I still struggle with that from times. Not because I'm trying to present another persona, but simply because it's difficult. It's difficult to talk to an inanimate object the same way you would a human being. So it's difficult, but learning to commentate with a friend really allows you to carry those skills over to solo commentary. So I would suggest starting with a friend. Okay, thank you. Any other questions? All right, we got some people in the front row right here. Rock, paper, scissors, you two. Yeah, you two. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, they tied. All right. Oh, they tied again. Okay, paper covers rock. He's answering his question, or asking his question.
About the partners program,
Yes.
making money off of YouTube.
That is correct.
I've really never understood how that worked.
Okay. Explain it. Right?
How do you make a deal with do you make a deal with a company or do you make it through a third party that puts advertisements on your videos?
First and third party.
Yeah. Okay, so he is asking how do you make money on YouTube? Is it a third-party deal? Well, it's making money on YouTube is a first-party deal because you are making a deal with YouTube. It's no real application process. They've recently changed their monetary rules. Your channel now has to have 10,000 views and go under review before they can be monetized. And people say that's robbing smaller content creators. You're missing out on $20 about, so I don't think it's a huge issue because if you can hit 10,000, you're gonna do great. You're fine. But you just sign up for YouTube. Once you hit 10,000 views, you go into your settings and your channel is under review. Then you can monetize your videos. I should have mentioned this in the panel that you start to get networks to ask you to join, MCNs. Do not join networks until you're an established channel. Not there are scam reasons, and I'm currently going an international lawsuit over one, which I'm winning, so don't worry about that. But the thing is, don't join a network unless you have a bigger channel. If your channel is over 300,000 subs, at least you can start to join networks because that's when they can actually benefit you. But before then, they're just trying to scam you. So don't buy into that.
Yeah, for established YouTube channels, they have some benefits. But for instance, there are many different companies that will just reach out to any and all YouTubers
So they'll go to Joe Schmo, who has 2,500 subs, and say, hey, we notice your content. And then Joe Schmo says, oh, wow, somebody notices my hard work. I need to take this offer. Where in actuality, they'll try to rip you off to where they'll put ads on your channel. They'll coordinate that, and then they'll take 40% of the split, which is honestly just robbing you blind. So
Yeah.
I will say for aspiring YouTubers, be very careful about signing any network deals.
If you want to be on a network, because I think the biggest perk is you get paid via PayPal instead of like getting sent to like the Google AdSense process is tedious. But if you just want to get PayPal, go to Curse. Like they're known as Liquid now, but like they still have their Curse network up. They offer you a 90-10 split if your channel's over 1,000 subscribers, which is the best offer you'll see anywhere. And that's pretty much the only network that's just kind of there to help smaller YouTubers. So go for that. So, and then you have sponsors. Once your channel gets big enough, they will come to you via email and say, hey, I will give you X amount of money if you do this, feature my game, etc. And you just work a deal out that's all dependent on the company, yourself, and videos, your style, whatever. Yeah. So that's how you make money on YouTube. All right. Thank you. Anyone else has a question? Okay. The loser of rock paper scissors. Here's your consolation prize. You shouldn't have gone rock, bud.
Wait, I did go rock.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you went.
Anyways.
Yeah, you went rock. He went paper.
Yeah, I'm sad about that.
It's okay.
Anyways, what do you think over laptop or desktop? Like
For what?
for editing and
Desktop.
like playing.
Desktop.
That desktop, it's more powerful. It's just I mean, a laptop could help you if you want to go places with it, but just desktop's gonna be more bang for your buck, cut and dry.
Yeah. Because most editing softwares require like a lot of processing power, and a laptop just cannot provide that. I mean, you can spend a lot of money if you really want, but go desktop. All right. Any other questions? That's a short one. We haven't got anyone from this far left side. So this man in a blue shirt. Yeah, you.
You mentioned the like Linda thing earlier.
Linda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a question. I just want to clarify. It's LinkedIn Learning now. My mom works with it.
Wait, what was it?
LinkedIn Learning. It's owned by LinkedIn.
LinkedIn Learning.
LinkedIn Learning. That wasn't the website I used.
It changed its name.
Oh, okay. It changed its name. Cool. Well, I haven't used it in about 2 years, so thank you. LinkedIn Learning is the website I was talking about. All right. Right here, you with the red and white hat. Having a characteristic feature on you is very easy for this.
Just a little funny question. What's your favorite kind of pasta?
Favorite kind of pasta? Here,
Both of you.
Let me pull up this slide again.
Let's see if
But chicken Alfredo. What about you, Don?
I'm a spaghetti boy.
Wow, people really like their spaghetti. All right. All right. You waving your hand. There you go.
Congratulations.
The motion got me.
Does pineapple deserve to be on pizza?
No.
All right. Next question. You're what are you holding? Bowser? Is that Bowser? Or are you gonna ask a pasta-related question? I don't think he is. I hope not.
Hi, so my passion is in animation, and I know animation on YouTube right now is pretty limited
Rough.
because of like
It's pretty dead, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty rough.
Is Patreon, like if you want to make animations on YouTube, do you think Patreon is a good idea for that?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, Patreon, I think for most YouTubers who can take advantage of the YouTube, aka gaming YouTubers, can only use Patreon to really supplement their income as more of a virtual tip jar, if you will. But I think artists, animators, skit, comedy creators, they kind of need to live off Patreon because YouTube does not favor that in their current algorithm. It's very hard to make a video every single day over 10 minutes of animation.
For those who are unaware, the current YouTube algorithm favors longer videos. They want you to stay on their site longer, so they want you to make longer videos.
Exclusively over 10 minutes is their standard.
So that's why if you see YouTubers with a bunch of 10-minute and 1-second videos, precisely, there's a reason for that. So that's why animators have a very rough time, because it's very hard to make 10 minutes worth of animation versus 10 minutes worth of gameplay commentary, for instance.
And if you guys really want to know how drastic it is, I had a video called Absolutely Not Overwatch of me playing a Chinese bootleg. I did not think it was going to become successful, so I made it about 7 minutes long, and that video got 1.5 million views and made the same amount of ad revenue as my 20-minute video with 100,000 views. So that's not always the case because ads differ. Sometimes you get good ads, sometimes you get bad ads, but that had the same amount of value, so it's a little weird how that works. Anyways, next question. That's a frantic hand. I was looking over here. You're next, but the hand, the motion caught me. Hello. What are you holding? That's my question for you. Oh, it's a Kirby. Okay, cool.
Anyway, my question is, what's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur.
Yes.
I don't know any of them personally. I wasn't really around, but I don't really think I have a favorite kind of dinosaur. I'm a little uneducated on it, I will say. If you want me to go with a T-Rex, I feel like that's more of just picking at the first name I can think of, but there's a suffice answer, I hope.
I do not care about dinosaurs.
So T-Rex?
I do not like any of them. I hate them all equally.
Dylan is the reason dinosaurs are extinct. Why are we clapping for that? All right. Okay. You are next. And can we get a round of applause for the man walking around handing the microphone? Take a bow. He is getting his cardio in for the day. Thank you so much.
What would you say is your biggest regret when starting YouTube? Like, what was your biggest mistake?
I'm a pretty big believer that there's always something to learn from mistakes, because I think if I did anything differently, that was like any big thing differently, I would not be in the same position I am in now. So I kind of have a cliche answer that I don't really regret anything. I think everything went well. I think the only regret or mistake I really made was when I wanted to stop doing the How to Play series. I announced that I was ending it. This might sound shady, but I think the best way to end a series is to transition it out of existence. But I think viewers will be. I think when you say you're ending your viewers' favorite series, they are more likely to stop watching your content and not give anything else a try. So I think if you want to try something new or be known for something else, it's really good to branch out into similar things and then transition harder and further away. But thank you. Okay, the man with the GameCube controller, I think.
Hey, can you hear me?
Could you speak up a little? Hold it closer.
Yeah. Can you hear me better? All right. When you make your music, what program do you use, and do you use exclusively electronic sounds?
When I make music, what music do I use? I use Logic 10, and yeah, I mainly use electronic because I still play multiple instruments, but I don't really have a setup good enough to record those multiple instruments. So everything I do is everything I make is virtual, synthetic, fake, not real. It's all built within the software. Nothing external is recorded. All right. So, okay, we have a question from a young gentleman in the front row. He looks like he has a very powerful voice.
Hi, Alpharad. Big fan, by the way. What microphone should I get as a beginner YouTuber?
I think investing in a Blue Yeti is a very good idea. But I don't know. It's a very controversial mic. Anything you could have heard from it are concepts born from hobbyists with no concept of quality. But just do whatever feels right. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, right in the front row in the red shirt.
Hello. So.
Hello.
Do you have a preference between Callie or Marie?
Yeah. Callie.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay, I'm curious for the crowd. So, between the Squid Sisters, round of applause for Callie. I think we lost. Round of applause for Marie. All right, moving on. Next question. All right, to the left. Take it back now, y'all.
Two questions.
You only get one.
Pearl or Marina?
Okay. Cheer for Pearl. Cheer for Marina.
And the other one is your body ready?
He's holding up a Reggie pillow.
He's holding up a Reggie body pillow. It's not a body pillow, but I want the stream to pretend it's a body pillow. I'm going to say no for this one.
Yeah.
But thanks for the offer.
I'm going to kindly ask to keep your questions YouTube related for the time being.
We'll have a silly panel tomorrow. You guys can ask all the stupid questions you want. Not saying that was a stupid question, but next question. Okay. You front row. Oh no, O'Kane. I'm sorry. No, yeah, I said you. You two are next. I feel like I can't pick someone and then take it back. But
is it possible to grow with an inconsistent schedule?
is it possible to grow with an inconsistent channel? Yes.
Yeah.
Because my channel is inconsistent. What do you mean inconsistent? Do you mean in like games you're playing, or do you mean quality, or when do I upload?
Like long 20-minute videos, like every 3 weeks, like that.
No. Okay. I think one of the biggest factors to growing on YouTube is striking the iron while it's hot.
Yeah.
If you have growth, you ride it out. You don't wait for the next wave of growth. It's not just because people won't watch you because you only upload 3 weeks, but YouTube does not want to support you or promote you as a content creator if you upload seldom.
YouTube wants to promote the people who keep viewers on their site as often as possible and as frequently as possible.
Yes.
So uploading frequently and uploading longer videos is what YouTube is asking for. However, I will say that you can grow if you tap into a specific market, like what Jacob was talking about previously, where he says you need to find your niche. Like who's the guy? Dino Flask.
Dino Flask.
He makes Jeff Kaplan related Overwatch videos where he edits Jeff Kaplan.
That is his channel. He got flown out to Blizzard HQ because he made compilations of Jeff Kaplan talking.
So that, for instance, he didn't upload often, but he uploaded Jeff Kaplan Overwatch videos. Very specific market, and he grew very much because of that.
I'm going to say that's probably the most specific market I've ever heard. But next question was the man behind him. Sorry.
So when things start to go rough on YouTube for you, like say when your network fails to pay you for all the hard work you've been doing.
Did you say when a network fails to pay you for 7 months? Is that what you said?
It's a random example.
Oh, okay.
Random example.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. How do you manage to keep yourself motivated? How do you work through that phase?
The answer is you guys, the fans, the people. I've always thrived to be a man of the people. I want to give the people what they want, and it's helped because I have family supporting me. I have multiple people who support me and want to help me and see me do great, and that really gets me through it. I have exclusively lived off of sponsored content for about the past 5 or 6 months now because as I mentioned earlier, been in an international legal dispute for 6 months. We've won in court 3 times, so it should happen soon. But if you don't have a following, it's really hard to stay motivated if something like that happened. But if you have people who want more and they will be there for more, I feel obligated. Sounds like I don't want to do it, but I do want to do it, but I feel like I also have to give the people what they want, and I want to continue. So knowing that I can put something out and having people watch it keeps me going.
And
what about you, Dylan? You're also affected by this.
From the business side of things, you're motivated to keep going because you at least believe that one day you will get paid for the work that you're putting in. So when and if the channel gets paid again, it's going to be a very fat check. However, and then the other side of things is that you keep uploading because you want to maintain viewership on your channel, right? So if you just drop off the face of the site one day because like, oh, I'm not getting paid, so what's the use? Then all of a sudden people forget about your channel and then they just don't watch you anymore when you do come back because like, okay, if I'm getting paid again, let's make more content again. And then you come back and nobody watches your stuff because they forgot.
Yeah, so, and also I've already switched to a new network who's offering me ad deals. They're gonna pay me. So I should start to get paid normally again. It's just we'll see whenever that other network pays me. But thank you. Any other questions? And what is this red Kirby hat? Let's go with the red Kirby hat.
Is this all?
You might want to, yeah.
Woo! Is this all right?
Yeah.
I'm in your sub Discord, by the way.
Okay, I saw the red hat and I remembered it from last year. I thought that's who it was.
Do you think artists should stick to Twitter or YouTube?
What?
Stick to Twitter or YouTube?
For artists.
Oh, for artists.
I have 2 questions, by the way.
YouTube for artists is kind of hard because all you can really do, if I'm wrong, please educate me, but time lapses of art and things of the such.
Yeah.
But I think Twitter and Patreon is what you should do because you can't really monetize Twitter in the same way you can YouTube or Patreon. So I would say Twitter because getting retweets is the best way to spread your art, and I like retweeting art, as do most people. So if you have a big piece, retweet it, and also have a Patreon link in that retweet, or in that tweet. But that's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah. There's certain artists that I see that anytime they upload anything to Twitter, they'll have a link to their Patreon. They'll say like, and go to patreon.com/myname for more content / like high def / what have you. So I think that attaching your name to all of your artwork is very critical in your own growth if you're trying to go through Twitter. And then of course Patreon is a nice avenue to get directly paid when people appreciate your work.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay. I think we probably have a few more questions. 1 more? 2 more? 3 more? 4 more? Okay. A few more questions. Okay. So whoever can raise their hand the highest gets this next one. You can be the judge of that. Yeah. Oh, I think one of these two. This was a bad idea. This is dangerous. Please get down. Do not hurt yourself.
All right, so when you start off with YouTube...
Can you hold your mic closer to your mouth?
All right, so I know you recently having a problem with lower watch rates because you start doing non-Smash stuff.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up too?
I know at one point you start having less views because you start doing non-Smash stuff, and I'm just wondering, when you started off with YouTube, because I love the game and want to start doing Smash videos, but eventually I know I want to start doing other games. Do I start doing games plus Smash at the beginning, or just do straight up Smash?
I mean, the order of operations doesn't really matter. It's not like I exclusively uploaded Smash Brothers. It was just that Smash Brothers was the only thing that got views. So you can do whatever you want. You just have to realize that you will have one thing that is going to be your main thing. And then when you branch out, your views are going to be less. That's just how it is. You have something your demographic likes, and if you branch out from that, they do not want to watch it. That's just how marketing goes. It's not that they don't like you, it's just that they aren't interested in this video. It has nothing to do with the person. But if branching out becomes a lot easier when you're bigger but not too big, if you have like 3, 4, 5 million subs and then you drastically want to redo your channel, that's when it's difficult. But I would say if you have over 100,000 subs and under 1 million subs, that's probably a good time to rebrand your channel.
And I'll also say that whenever you're first starting out on your channel, what you upload, it depends on what your end goal is. If your goal is that I want a fun hobby to do and I just want to do something funny for my friends or something like that, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
However, I will say that if the end goal is to try to do YouTube as a career, like what the idea behind the panel was, how to turn your passion into a career, you need to find a specific niche for your videos. So like he did funny commentary montages. Certain people will do like if you're good at a game, that helps out a lot. If you are
okay, we're gonna...
it really just depends on what skill set you have, and if you can apply that to your videos and also tap into a specific market that has not been tapped into, that'll help you grow.
Okay, so we have time for one last question, and I need a really good question. So if it's a joke question, please save it for later. But whoever has a very good question, let's go with this hand right here. This better be a good question.
It will. When uploading videos, is the time of day important, and does it have to be consistent? So let's say I upload at noon on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be good to do, or would it be fine if I do like 2 o'clock and not stick to that schedule?
Time is very important on YouTube. There are a few different strategies to uploading when it's hot. If you're a channel like me, who I just kind of upload whatever, I don't think a consistent time is too important. I think it's helpful, but I don't think it's essential. I don't think my channel would grow less if it wasn't consistent. But I do think if you're a Let's Play channel who people are excited to watch episode 2 of this the next day, having a consistent schedule is required. So I think you should have that if you are uploading part 4 of this, part 5 is going up tomorrow, those should be uploaded at the same time. And as for when is the iron hot, weekdays this is Central Time, so Pacific Time I would say like 10 to 1 p.m., which is which is 12. Did I say 10 to 1? Yeah, 10 to 1, 12 to 3, and then 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 6.
Yeah, like
Eastern
1 to 5
time.
Eastern.
Yeah,
around then.
I would focus in Central Time because I think uploading that's like, it's a range around Central Time. And as North America exclusively, upload around 12, or I think it's 12 to 3 Central Time is the hot spot. And then on weekends, you want to upload between 10 or Central Time, 10 and noon. That's when it's good. But for Let's Play channel, you should be consistent all the way around. Like my channel, I usually try to upload around 2 p.m. And for our Let's Play channel and a few others, we upload every single day at 2 p.m. Central and 4 p.m. Central. So be sure to check out Friend Without Benefits on YouTube if you want to watch more content. Let's hear an applaud for that channel because it's pretty good.
We got 2 of our other friends in the front row. We got Ouija the God, and we have Dad as Heck.
Yeah.
So make sure to go say hello to them if you're fans.
And could we end it with one last question, but for Jesus? So if anyone has a question for my man right here, feel free to ask him.
Anybody at all? If you don't have a question, my feelings won't be.
There you go. We got
fine.
2. Pick one.
This gentleman in the back, right here.
Oh yeah, come up. You're gonna.
Okay.
They put the mic up. You got to come up now.
We have lost the microphone.
Run.
Come
We're running out of time.
Come up here and be
faster.
Is this mic hot over here?
I don't think that's what he.
All right, come speak over here.
Is this one?
Okay, it's on. Never mind.
Okay, cool. So, Jesus, I know you play a lot of League of Legends.
I do play League of Legends, yes.
What do you think of the current Ardent sensor and the whole thing with like the ancient coin and stuff like that?
The current Ardent sensor is broken in League of Legends and should be nerfed. That is,
I 100%
that is the short
agree
story.
with you.
That's probably the general consensus.
Yeah.
So there you have it. I play 80 carry, so it affects me greatly.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Hope you enjoyed
All right.
your question.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys. It's been an amazing panel. I am going to go over to the Geico booth if you guys want signatures and pictures and to ask any other miscellaneous questions that weren't suited for this panel. Thank you so much. I do it for all of you. I want to do more for all of you. So we have more content coming out forever. And we have a lot coming out this week before we queued up. And I will see you there. Thank you so much. Have a great SmashCon 2017.
Thank you all.
Let's hear it for the staff of SmashCon 2017. They're doing an incredible job getting everything. Take a bow. You guys are doing
give it up
great.
for Alpharad. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
I appreciate
next
it.
up is going to be the Triforce Quartet. So stick around for that.
All right. Well, I will see you guys at the Geico booth.